Hi guys, welcome to Daren's Travel Corner, and today you've just joined me at the back of a 23 making my way out of Havant's bus station because it's another one of these establishing the boundaries of a particular place. Now, in the last video I done of these, you saw me going around establishing the ticket area of Waterlooville, and this time I thought while I'm at it I might as well do the area of Portsmouth next. I've got it all written down, left all my notes at home mind you, but I've got ideas as to which order I'm going to tackle them. And the best thing about this challenge is it's going to be quite an easy one because all of the areas, all of the ticket areas, boundary stops are relatively close to each other, and there's going to be a mention of a particular bus which you don't often hear of, and more information on that will come at its relevant boundary stop. But we're just going up to the first one now, which is 40 acres, and as I said, I'm on the back of a 23, and I'll explain more about that later on in the video. But join me back in a bit as I do just that, and I'll see you at 40 acres. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me now at 40 acres. Now, this is an interesting bus stop because it's fully in the Havant ticket zone, but then it's also the ticket zone boundary stop for Portsmouth because it covers all this road up to this point is part of the Portsmouth ticket zone, but this stop and Rectory Avenue, the one that comes after this one, they're both also in the Havant ticket zone as well. And speaking of which, Rectory Avenue, which is the station, again, it's the station after this one, is the Havant ticket zone boundary stop for the same two buses, the 19 and the 23. So, effectively speaking, if I go from this bus stop, which is the boundary stop for Portsmouth, and then end up in Rectory Avenue, I'd end up at the boundary stop for Havant. It's an interesting journey, and I've only just begun. Very excited to see where this goes. But join me back in a bit because something I've noticed with how this video is going to end up going about, because the next boundary stop we're going to be looking at also covers two buses, and I'll explain more about those when I get there, including the very rare one to which there's only one a day in each direction. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of another 23, because this time we're going to be making our way to Hilsey Lider. Now, the one thing that I've noticed actually is there's 10 bus routes, but there are only 7 boundary stops we're going to be looking at this time. And you're probably thinking to yourself, but how is that possible? No, it's because 3 of those boundary stops we're looking at are doubled up. So the one that you saw, the one where you saw me at earlier, 40 acres, not only is it the boundary stop for the 19, but it's also the boundary stop for the 23 as well. And then with that being said, we are then going to make our way towards the next boundary stop, which also doubles up. So there are 2, it's a boundary stop for 2 buses. One of them is only one a day in each direction. And then with that being said, we can then look at that and and then just follow it on from where the route takes us. But with that being said, I've got to say this, I really enjoy doing these bus challenges. It's been never had this much fun with a bus challenge since thinking let's do one out of a nursery rhyme. But the one I did out of the nursery rhyme, I split into two parts. I did routes 1 to 5, caught fish alive, and then did routes 6 to 10, let it go again. But with that being said, join me back in a bit, guys, as I take you to Hilsea Lido, which is a Portsmouth ticket zone boundary stop for the coastline of buses, and it's one for another bus which I'm going to mention while I'm there. See you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at Hilsea Lido, and this is the Portsmouth ticket zone boundary stop for both the 700 and the all-reclusive bus. I used that term, I think, rather incorrectly. It's the thing is, with this bus, the one I'm just about to mention, there's only one a day in each direction, and hence why it doesn't really get mentioned much at all, but I'm going to mention it here. So it's the 725. It starts at the Hard and it goes all the way to Chichester and Padgham. Now the Padgham part, because I'm under the impression it's a workers bus, hence why there's only one in each direction. So not only is this the boundary stop, the Portsmouth boundary stop for both buses, because the following for the 700, the bus stop that follows that is in Havant, but for the 725, this is also the South Hants ticket zone boundary stop as well, because it's the following stop for that is all the way in Chichester. It goes on the motorway, completely skips out Havant, whereas for the 700 it goes on the motorway and then comes off at Havant that way. So say 725 joins the motorway and completely skips out Havant and just goes straight to Chichester. And as I mentioned earlier, there's only one a day in each direction, so yeah, it's not that well known of a route, I have to say. Oh, speaking of a 700 to Chichester, I see one coming up. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'm now waiting for a 20 while I'm here, and that will take me to the next boundary stop. So I'll do just that, and I will see you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of 20 this time. So we're going to be making our way to the next of the boundary stops. Now, I've already covered 4 bus routes in just 2 boundary stops, because the last 2 have doubled up, but this one is just a boundary stop for 1 bus. But then I've also got information I need to share as well, because what it does is, well, technically College Road doubles up, because it's not only a Portsmouth boundary stop for the 20s, but it's also the Havant as well for the same bus. And we just
20 to Havant.
Talk about that. And oh, look at that, 23 has just gone past. This is going to be fun to try and work into the boundaries into the routes. So it'll be interesting to see what I'm going to do with the rest of the boundary stops. But this one, I would then be halfway through the journey, and I've covered all the stagecoach buses, and then after this one I'll go on to the first. and one of them doubles up as well, and I'll explain to you about more of that in the part of the video that I'm there. And I'll see you very shortly as I make my way up to College Road. See you in a bit, guys. Now, welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at College Road, which is the Portsmouth ticket zone boundary stop for the 20s. But also, it doubles up because it's also the boundary stop for Havant as well, for the same bus. So I'm going to take you for a walk because I'm going to go over to the other side. Because then what I'll do then is I'll pick up a 20. But I used to come to college here just long before the merge with Havant took place. The merging with Havant wasn't even thought of at this point. At the point when I went, it was just called South Downs. I think though, having said that, because it's been 9 years, trying not to miss the button, it's been 9 years since Havant and South Downs have both merged, that they should actually reflect that on the next stop announcements, as in HSDC Havant campus, HSDC South Downs campus. But it also comes into mind that that also takes into account that it's the ticket zone boundary stop for Havant for the 39 and the 37 for that matter. But we've looked at that in an earlier video, and this time we're at Portsmouth, the Portsmouth boundaries. So I'm going to go over and then take that bus stop over there. Well, join me back in a bit, guys, as you see me at the back of another 20. Now, I've done all the stagecoach boundary stops. I can now move on to first. And that's exactly what I plan to do at this point. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of a 20. Now, we've got to make this one quick because the next boundary stop is fast, very fast approaching. So we've done all the stagecoach boundary stops and I'm now ready to switch over to first. And the first of those is coming up at Fort Pembroke. Now you might have seen this when I looked at the Waterlooville boundary areas. And you got to see that when I looked at Waterlooville. But this time, because I'm doing the Portsmouth areas, you'll then get to see that again for a second time, but only when I get the connecting bus rather than going to Waterlooville like I did in the last video. I'm going to end up carrying on, after I've done my bit, going to be carrying on into Cosham and go the other way. It's going to be really interesting how it all turns out, and I cannot wait to be sharing this adventure with you guys. So join me back in a bit as I just make my way through Crookhorn. This normally comes under Waterlooville, but this time it's because we're on the 20.
22 City in the Heart.
Because we're on the 20 this time, this bit comes under Portsmouth. So yeah, it's very intriguing how it's all come about. So I say, join me back in a bit, and I will see you all at Fort Pembroke. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me back at Fort Pembroke for the second time in Daren's Corner. Now, the one thing that you'd have noticed that I was over at the other stop, because in the last time I came here I was going up to Waterlooville, because this is the Waterlooville boundary stop as well, and I explained that there might be some confusion as to whether it should be Waterlooville or whether it should come under Havant, and you can see that in the previous video where I talked about all of that. But this is definitely the Portsmouth boundary stop as well, because you can, if you see behind me, this bus stop has got the Portsmouth sign, whereas the one before it, the Portsmouth Golf Course, that's the one that comes under Waterlooville, has the ones that you get for all the buses that cover Havant and Waterlooville. Now, I think the 7 and the 20, it looks like the 7 and the 20 are going to be arriving at around about the same time as each other. Now, the 20s are every 20 minutes, whereas the 7s are every 15 minutes. So it's just nice to know that they are very much frequent. So, not only am I blocking the camera, but I'm also on a fairly busy road. And the sky is having its usual mixed moods, so trying to work out whether it wants to be sunny or whether it wants to rain. Now, there was a chance of rain in the Havant area. Good job I'm a bit away from that at the moment, but I don't want to jinx the weather. But join me back in a bit, and I will be at the back of either the 7 or the 20, whichever one comes along first. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. Just join me in now at the back of the 7 and make our way back into Goshen. That's what we want to do at this point, is to now continue on finding the boundary stops of Portsmouth with the first buses. Now, the one thing that didn't notice, I'll show you this. Look at the view of Portsea Island. Gotta admit, that looks absolutely stunning. Now, with the Spinnaker Tower, you can on a clear day see it all the way up to Fareham. Been on the Spinnaker Tower once in about 2010. I do want to go back up there again. It's going to be a fun discovery. I should probably do a video about that as well, do a little shorts video with that. And it's just amazing what fun you get to see me experience here on this channel. Gonna do something on that hill as well. So many video ideas that I've got. Downhill. It also goes all the way up the other side of Cosham as well. It's incredible though what you might find. So with that being said, I'll be back in a bit and I will see you in Cosham as I order in to wait for me to get the 8. See you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of the 8 going towards Clanfield, but I'm going to be getting off at the next boundary stop, which I also covered in the Waterlooville one. Now, normally we'd have Amy giving the next stop announcements, but I don't know what's happened to her this time. I think she's taken a little busman's holiday, or in this case a bus lady's holiday, because I can't hear her at all. But normally when you come into Portsmouth, she would say, this is the first stop in the Portsmouth Fair Zone. But as you come out of Portsmouth, she'll go and say, this is the last stop in the Portsmouth Fair Zone. So I'm just trying to work out what's going on. And I asked the driver, just as I got on, can you get me to boundary stop. Didn't exactly explain as to why. Don't think I need to, but with that being said, he's making our way back through the hospital. So join me back in a bit, and I will take you exactly up to the Hampshire Road, which is the Portsmouth ticket zone ground stop for the 8. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me now back at the Hampshire Road and the boundary stop for the 8 going towards Clanfield, Waterlooville. And now you've seen me here in the last of these videos because it's also the boundary stop for Waterlooville, which I am absolutely... It's been years since I've come to the Hampshire Road. But unfortunately I went to go in a little while ago and I think it's actually closed down. Although having said that, it's showing that the Six Nations is showing here as well. So who knows, it might be open later. But I'm going to nip down because I've got a bit of time on my hands. So I'm going to walk down to the next bus stop and then pick up another 8 from there. I think would be a good idea. So it gives me a bit of time to kill. I do love walking about between... I do love walking about in places. Oh, great, I just see an 8. I see an 8 coming. Yeah, I'm just going to go down anyway because this bus stop is much less crowded. So I'm still going to walk down to the next stop and just wait for the next one because they're every 15 minutes. So I might as well. I've started on the walk, so I'll finish with the walk. And then I'll just work with that. But join me back in a bit as I take you on another 8 and we go back into Cosham. See you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You've just joined me in the middle of it.
Service 8 towards the Hall.
Thank you, Amy, for completing my sentence for me. It's not the first time that's happened, let me tell you that. But yeah, so as I was just about to say, you've just joined me in the middle of the 8 and this goes to the hard, and I was just about to say that Amy completed my sentence for me. Oh dear, that's not the first time that's happened. I promise you it certainly won't be the last. But we're just going to make our way to Cosham and then we'll be able to then, after we've done that, go round to and from Portchester, because then you've got the 3 and then the X4 and X5 that follow on from that. So I'll need to change at Cosham to get the 3, and then the X4 and X5 don't go to Cosham, they just go on the motorway straight down to Portsmouth. But it's an interesting one because then I can just wrap up on one of those. I can, how can I put it, without getting interrupted. I can then just go around Portchester and then just do a round trip there and then just wrap everything up. I was going to do this bus last, but I've now decided to do it sort of around now, so then I don't have to worry about breaking the loop, as it were, and just crossing up the Rummel roundabout.
If you are standing, please hold on tight as we move.
This is the... If you were standing, please hold on tight as we pull away. Quite one of the most interesting break-off points Amy's ever given. But anyway, join me back in a bit and I will take you around the area of Cosham. I couldn't do it last time because I didn't have enough time, but I should be able to have enough time this time. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of a 3 and I just wanted to hop on because we've made our way out of Cosham now. I just wanted to hop on and just give you guys, particularly if you're in the Portsmouth area, the heads up that
The next stop is Wimering Lane.
not that. I wanted to hop on though and give you the heads up that Cosham Health Centre is on the cusp of being knocked down. I don't know how long though it will take for buildings to fall into a state of major disrepair, because I don't specialise in that sort of stuff, but it's been boarded up for a very long time now, and for me I just find this really rather sad, because I was born in Portsmouth, so I was just recollecting the times that as a baby I may have ended up at Cosham Health Centre in
Next
particular.
stop is Washbrook Road.
If I'm to be doing something based on like my polio jabs, because I'm the first one at the age of 5 months. So this is what shows up in my medical records anyway. Yeah, well, at least that's what it shows up in my medical records. But not only was I born in Portsmouth, but my first home was also in the Portsmouth area as well, which makes it then all the more plausible that I could have gone to Cosham Health Centre to get my polio vaccines. So 2 of them in the end. The first one was at 5 months. Just remembering what it says on my medical records. But it says rather
Next
sad,
stop is Blakemere Crescent.
because that health centre has been around for as long as I can remember. But with that being said, we're going to be making our way to the next boundary stop, which is Roland Road. So I'll see you in a bit, guys, because it's not too far away now. See you in a bit. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at Roland Road, which is the Portsmouth ticket zone boundary stop for the 3 going into Fareham. Now, I can honestly say the view of Portsmouth from over here is actually quite amazing. But you've got sort of a nice clear blue sky also Fareham bound, but yeah, that sky over there looks actually quite threatening. So there's the sky, there's the Portsmouth skyline, and this one is going towards Fareham. You've got some nice blue sky there, but look, looks really rather threatening on this side of the bus stop. Promising over here. It's quite windy as well. I don't quite know what to make of that. It's going to be an interesting turn up for the books to see which way the weather is going to go. But we're just going to be waiting for a bit, because I'm just going to stay at this bus stop and get another 3 down to Portchester, and then you get to see that as well. But then I'm also going to then finish off at Mother Kelly for the X4 and X5, and that's that one taken care of then. Just one more to go after this, and I have to say that I'm very, very excited. But join me back in a bit, and I will take you around on the back of another 3. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You just joined me at the back of another 3, and we're going to be making our way into Portchester for a bit, because I'm going to change there for a bus to the last of the boundary stops of Portsmouth, because there's only one left to find now, and you'll get to see that very shortly. But there are 2 buses that came in at the same time. Now, I just said to the driver
If
earlier...
you're standing, please hold on tight as we pull away.
No, I didn't say that, Amy. I said to the driver, I know that just a moment ago before I boarded the bus. I knew there was a bus. There was another bus in front, but I then opted for the quieter bus, so I can then just quickly get this out.
The next stop is Mountview Avenue.
So then we're able just to then do this in quiet, and I don't have to worry about crowds. Mountview Avenue is the first of the stops in the Fareham area, because Portchester comes under Fareham. So we're now in the Fareham area with that, and we're not too far from Portchester the railway station, which then ties in with the fact I've got a point A to B video plan where I go from Portchester to Dorchester.
This is the service street towards Fareham bus station.
Now I've got a point A to B video plan where I go from Portchester to
If you
Dorchester.
are standing, please hold on tight as we pull away.
So that'll be coming pretty soon. As a matter of fact, just need to get tickets sorted and everything should be hunky-dory. But join me back in a bit as I take you outside Portchester precinct. Now before I do even that, there is a pub in Portchester, so I'm going to hop off and I'm going to get a drink.
The next stop is Portsmouth Gardens.
So join me back in a bit after I've done all that, and I will see you in Portchester. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at Portchester, and I've just had a drink. I feel much better for it. And I just thought I'm in a quick lay-by at the moment because I'm waiting for the X5, because I've just missed an X4. And I just wanted to give you a little update on what's going on. So the X4s are every 40 minutes. Every half an hour now?
Yes, on Mondays to Fridays, every half an hour, alternating X4 and X5. But then Saturdays and Sundays every hour.
Thank you. Then it's probably best not to look at this bus timetable, because they say 40 minutes here, and so after that they become every 40 minutes, every 20 minutes alternating, which is interesting. So yeah, they're 20 minutes alternating, and I'm waiting for the X5, and it's just one more stop left to go. So join me back in a bit, because you might not be able to see much on the X5, if anything at all, because it's just a couple of stops away, and it's actually not too far away from here. Mother Kelly's isn't, at least. So join me back in a bit and I'll see you at Mother Kelly's. See you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You just joined me at Mother Kelly's, which is the last of the Portsmouth boundary stops it's the last of the boundary stops of the area of Portsmouth. Now, I have picked a rather peculiar time to make this video because there are roadworks just over at the next corner of the road, and the next bus isn't for another 32 minutes. So we are looking at just standing here for the next half an hour, unless I can go off and see my auntie, because she's just around the corner from this bus stop. So I'm just going to see what I can do, because I don't want to hang around like a wet lemon for half an hour. You see what I mean? And it's just, it would just be nice to go off and see some family members at the same time. I think it would be lovely to be able to do that. But join me back in a bit as I'll just see what I can do in the next half an hour or so. See you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You just joined me at the back of the X5, and well, I've picked a peculiar time to do this video. I've just been caught in some major roadworks. Now, I suspect that it's because they're doing upgrades to the broadband area within the area. If it is the case, I do hope that I get it soon, because I've been waiting for too long for that, and it's just, wow, I don't know how long it's going to be, but we've done everything
This is the
now.
Service X5 towards the hard interchange, Dunwharf Quays.
Thank you. And we're just about ready to wrap things
If
up.
you're standing, please hold on tight as we pull away.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.